Good afternoon, Pune, and happy new year to everyone and all your viewers also. So yes, if you see this merger announcement, that's why the stock gone up a little bit. But see somehow no, if you see from last few years, no, this stock is not performing. Even other stock also not performing. The reason is simple that there's a lot of pressure on QSR, and again even the Jubilant also not did not well for in last few years. So I think here the still the pressure will exit. Still, I think a lot of competition is there from online ordering system. Zomato and Swiggy is doing quite well on that part. So I think still I'm not too much hopeful from long term perspective. Of course, short term there may be a little bit of jump, but for long term, my answer will be no. For trading idea, that's a different call. Otherwise, for long term, I will not say to enter at this stock at this level.
Tapan, stock's done very well for its shareholders over the last few years. Any view on solar industry? Should he continue to hold?
Yeah, Puni, the stock has done very well for the investor, and I think it will do well. If you say there, export order is actually increasing, even the order book is also sizable now, and management is targeting global expansion. We know that sector demand is already there. Only the utilization part and how they are able to execute, that is the main thing. Historically, if you see ROE, ROC is quite good, and I think from here international business will more than 1,000 crores. So that's a record breaking. So yes, I am quite positive. I think he can hold this stock for next few years. This will give good returns.
Tapan, this was for you because he's asking for a 12-month duration, and his question is, what, according to you, is the best stock that he can invest in 2026? Any space, Ruchit, any space, Tapan, that you like right now?
See, currently, if you talk about valuation perspective, I think EMS sector is quite down and out, and that is where I feel that things have become up a lot. So yes, my take will be on Dixon. I think it will do well over the time. Yes, there is a what you say free fall currently because of profit booking and some other reasons. But I think this already EMS sector is going to grow by 30-40% CAGR. And in the Dixon will be benefit. So my bet will be Dixon. I think long term it will give you good return.
Tapan, on ITC, we seem to have taken the stock seems to have taken it on the chin because the FY27 growth has now been lowered. Most brokerages anticipating a fall essentially in terms of cigarette volumes by roughly 3 to 9%. Do you think it's coming into a zone of a value buy because a lot of estimates now moving into FY28? From the long term, do you expect it to be a key one the investors should watch out for and keep in their portfolio?
See, this is the stock which may be a slow mover. The reason is, see, if you see almost 65% revenue coming from cigarette, 80 to 85% of profitability coming from cigarette. So any news on cigarette, it will create this type of buzz and the stock may fall. And that is the why the market is giving a thumbs down to this stock. Now, if you talk about the valuation, of course, no, it's on a lower side. But if he enters, it will take some time. It is not going to be like, going fast from here also. So I think the 420, it will take time to recover, but my take is that once it comes up, get out from the stock. There are much better FMCG stock which are not depending on cigarettes and all like that, where the volume growth is more than 20%. So I think my take will be sell on rise.
The next query that's coming in is also on a very interesting stock, Jupiter Wagons. Now, pull up the one-year chart and it'll give you that perspective because NKS from Mumbai is writing into us. He's holding 200 shares at 680. And the last 12 months have been very forgetful for investors. He's asking if he should take the loss right now, which is considerable as his buy price is 680, or hold on to this counter. Tapan, what would you recommend?
No, I think he should hold on. The reason is major issue which Jupiter Wagon was that the wheel set, one of the main component was not been delivered on time, and that was the reason it was a delay. But management is quite hopeful, and you have seen a good jump also from the lower level. I think next 1 or 2 quarter will be much better for Jupiter Wagons, and they have a good order book. The only thing was execution was not there because of the component was missing. I think from next 2 quarter will be better. So please hold on. I think things will be recovering from here. नमस्कार दोस्तों, होप आपको सेशन अच्छा लग रहा है। अगर आप चाहते हो कि हम भी आपको हेल्प करें स्टॉक सिलेक्शन में, तो आप हमारी सर्विस ले सकते हैं। हम एक सेबी रजिस्टर्ड रिसर्च एनालिस्ट है और आप www.catapan.in ये वेबसाइट में जाके देखिएगा। यहाँ हमने सब कुछ दिया हुआ है। अगर आप देखें तो एक पोर्टफोलियो बिल्डर कॉम्बो है जहाँ हम लोग इक्विटी, म्यूचुअल फंड, ETF, IPO, SME IPO, बॉन्ड्स रिकमेंडेशन, बाय सेल रिकमेंडेशन, वीकली सेशंस होते हैं, जो आपको हेल्प करते हैं आपका पूरा पोर्टफोलियो स्ट्रक्चर और प्रॉपर डायरेक्शन में, प्लस पोर्टफोलियो रिव्यू भी होता है। तो आप जरूर जाके देखिएगा। इवन आपको सिर्फ इक्विटी का चाहिए तो इक्विटी का भी पोर्टफोलियो अवेलेबल है, जो आप सिर्फ इक्विटी का चाहिए तो बेटर है आप एक बार जाके देखिए और समझिए। प्लस गाइस, अगर आप चाहते हो कि आप हमारा नेक्स्ट सेशन अटेंड करें ऐसे सेक्टर रिकमेंडेशन और इवन स्टॉक पिकिंग एक्सरसाइज, तो हम उसकी भी लिंक दे देंगे, वो क्लिक करके नेक्स्ट सेशन अटेंड कीजिएगा। चलिए, डू सब्सक्राइब फॉर द नेक्स्ट वेबिनार। थैंक यू।
Next question that we have is from Parag Visaria, who's writing us from Jamnagar. He's holding 10 odd shares of MCX bought at the levels of 8328. Wants to know if he can consider moving out and deploy the proceeds elsewhere, and if yes, what should he go ahead and buy? Tapan, I'll come to you on this one. What's the view like?
I think with regards to MCX, he should stick on MCX now because it's doing well. Again, the silver and gold demand is quite high. Again, the volume is picking up, and they have one type of monopoly in commodity. In future, also it looks like that because it is a monopoly in commodity, I think more and more volume will come, and again the future lots are also increasing. So I'm quite positive on MCX. No need to go anywhere else. Even I will tell him to, if it comes on dip, he can buy more. I think long term it will give you a good return.
Tapan, on Mahindra and Mahindra, it's been a very spectacular year in terms of sales performance. Is it a good time to enter the stock right now, as well as your long-term view on Mahindra and Mahindra? What's your view?
Well, it's a very simple answer. You also know that, of course, the stock is great and is doing very good. And yeah, but the only thing is the valuation gone up a lot. But I think the volume will pick up in next few quarters also, because if you see the GST rationalization impact is still coming, and I think next 2 quarters will also be good. But the only thing is, my suggestion will be buy on dips. Of course, they are working on their you can say the margins. Again, the guidance is quite good and everything is going good for M&M, but it will be buy on dips category. Again, another Lumex and JBM outing, that also you can hold on for a long term little bit.
All right, so that's with regards to where M&M is concerned. The next question that we have is from Chandrasekhar, who's writing us from Tamil Nadu, asking about Cupid. Is holding 600 odd shares and wants to know if he can sell or hold. The stock is locked in lower circuit today. Of course, we've seen good moves coming in last week post the promoter pledge coming down. Plus, they did get an approval in terms of their FMCG manufacturing unit in Saudi Arabia as well. But Tapan, I'll take this up with you. What's the view like with regards to where Cupid stands?
So of course, the stock is down by almost 20% today and gone up a lot, too much. And I think that is where the problem is. If you enter this type of stock on upper side, you may get stuck also. Now here, I think of course entry is not at all possible here. Just wait for some time, let it get stable. And if he already having a stock, I think he can sell if he wants. I think the real valuation will be much more, I think 20-30% down from here. Then only the valuation will be accurate to get in again.
Ruchit as well as Tapan, you know the drill. Keep your answers on buy, sell and hold so we can take as many queries as possible. And the first one's coming in on Sagility. Praveen Kumar is asking for a long-term view. Tapan, your view?
Hold it.
Okay, Canton Homes is the next one. Sujan from Hyderabad is holding at the levels of 915 from a short-term perspective. Ruchit, on the charts?
So the trend still remains positive, so can continue to hold on longs.
Satvik Green bought at 540 by Anil. What would you recommend, Tapan?
Yeah, that also hold it.
Okay, NTPC Green, 350 shares is what our viewers bought at the levels of 140. Can you continue to hold for the next 1 year? Your view on this, Tapan?
No, sell.
Is it right time to continue to hold Federal Bank for the next 1 year, Ruchit?
Yes, the mid-cap banks have been outperforming, so can continue to hold the stock.
Okay, SW Solar is the next one. Balaji is bought at the level of 661. Should he hold or close the position? Ruchit, on the charts?
Sorry, which stock?
SW Solar.
No, it should be a sell on rise approach. Any pullback moves take opportunity to exit.
Karnataka Bank for the next 9 to 12 months. What would you recommend, Tapan?
Yeah, hold it.
Okay, Gujarat Gas is the next one. 400 shares bought at the levels of 414. Can Gopi from Hyderabad continue to hold this or not? Ruchit, on the charts?
Hold for some pullback moves. The overall, these are not the levels where one should look to exit.
Geo Financial bought at 336. Should he hold or sell, Ruchit?
Should continue to hold on existing longs.
Okay, Sky Gold, 2 years view. If fresh entry makes sense right now. Sabu from Kerala wants to know. Tapan, your view?
Not now, at dips, maybe 10-15% down.
One NBFC that you can recommend for the short term is what Navneet is asking, Ruchit.
Manappuram Finance is looking good positioning, so can create longs in Manappuram.
Okay, Coal India, from a fundamental point of view, Vijay is asking as to how do you view this stock? Tapan, your view?
Yeah, you can hold for a little bit longer.
Tata Capital, a recent listing, Ruchit, but a viewer is asking, Rishabh is asking if it's a good trading bet for the next 1 to 2 months. Stock's up almost 4.8% today.
Keep the stop loss below 340 and can trade on the long side.
Tata Steel is the next one. Girish from Hyderabad is a long-term investor. He's been holding 700 shares at the levels of 103. Should he continue to hold? Tapan, your view?
He can hold it, but with a stop loss.
Eternal bought at 302. What should he do with it, Ruchit?
So hold because stock has already corrected. So expect a pullback move and then take a review again.
Okay, Vinay is holding L&T 1000 shares at the levels of 3244. Target for the next 2 years. Tapan, your view?
Yeah, maybe 30-40% return for next 2 years.
Next one is coming in on Natco Pharma, 120 shares. What would you recommend, Tapan?
Yeah, please hold it and buy on dips.
Okay, Bajaj Housing Finance is the next one. Rajan from Kerala is holding at the levels of 102. Ruchit, your view on the charts?
Can hold at current levels. Any up move towards 105, take a review again.
Alright, okay, so that brings us to the end of this rapid fire round for Ask Profit. Ruchit and Tapan, thank you so much.
Tapan, let me take PG Electroplast and the EMS system as a whole with you. How are you looking at it fundamentally? Because there's a lot of profit booking that has already happened in the month of December in these names. From where valuations stack up to what the outlook is, what would you advise?
So talking about PG Electroplast, no, I'm quite positive on the stock. Just a disclaimer, we have already given around 550 lakh to our clients. But here, no, what was the main issue? The main issue was the inventory, and almost 1500 crore inventory was stuck, and I think that is going to clear in next quarter. And otherwise, the demand is quite strong. You can see the management guidance also is quite good. Almost 25 to 30% revenue growth will be there in next 1 year, and overall whole EMS sector. And that is why, if you see the valuation now is much more better, and we know that India is quite low in the EMS sector and growth will be there, and government PLI scheme is helping all these companies, which is going to continue maybe in future also. So that's why, yes, PG Electroplast is a buy, and even other EMS stock, no, one can think about it as and when no their correct valuation is coming, and slowly in a SIP manner they can invest in next 2-3 months. I think things will be better from here. नमस्कार दोस्तों, होप आपको सेशन अच्छा लग रहा है। अगर आप चाहते हो कि हम भी आपको हेल्प करें स्टॉक सिलेक्शन में, तो आप हमारी सर्विस ले सकते हैं। हम एक सेबी रजिस्टर्ड रिसर्च एनालिस्ट है, और आप www.catapan.in ये वेबसाइट में जाके देखिएगा। यहाँ हमने सब कुछ दिया हुआ है। अगर आप देखें तो एक पोर्टफोलियो बिल्डर कॉम्बो है, जहाँ हम लोग इक्विटी, म्यूचुअल फंड, ETF, IPO, SME IPO, बॉन्ड्स रिकमेंडेशन, बाय सेल रिकमेंडेशन, वीकली सेशंस होते हैं जो आपको हेल्प करते हैं आपका पूरा पोर्टफोलियो स्ट्रक्चर और प्रॉपर डायरेक्शन में, प्लस पोर्टफोलियो रिव्यू भी होता है। तो आप ज़रूर जाके देखिएगा। इवन आपको सिर्फ इक्विटी का चाहिए तो इक्विटी का भी पोर्टफोलियो अवेलेबल है। जो आप सिर्फ इक्विटी का चाहिए तो बेटर है आप एक बार जाके देखिए और समझिए। प्लस गाइज, अगर आप चाहते हो कि आप हमारा नेक्स्ट सेशन अटेंड करें ऐसे सेक्टर रिकमेंडेशन और इवन स्टॉक पिकिंग एक्सरसाइज, तो हम उसकी भी लिंक दे देंगे, वो क्लिक करके नेक्स्ट सेशन अटेंड कीजिएगा। चले, डू सब्सक्राइब फॉर द नेक्स्ट वेबिनार। थैंक यू।
Investment in market securities is subject to market risk. Read all the documents carefully before investing.